Gucci.
Yep.
Also, I definitely thought this was just audio. This is like a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a production.
I got a bad booger. Came out of nowhere. Oh, I got no toilet paper.
We live?
We're live. Not on an audition though.
Oh yeah, we are.
God, it looks cool in here with all the lights.
Right.
Lights, baby. Alright, we're good on audition. We're running on this. Alright, boys. Oh! Stepped on the sandal. Just like that, we're live. Raj is joining us today for...
Do I wear somewhere?
Well, this is more audio.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Hello.
But today, Raj is joining us on our social media podcast, episode 61. Raj, tell him quickly. I mean, you're graduating in a semester.
Yeah.
You're headed to Texas.
Yeah.
What? Just salesy type job or what?
Just a salesy type job, like in an office all day.
What are you selling?
Sounds great. What am I selling? It's a good question.
Oh, you don't know what you're selling yet.
I'm selling. The word right now is not coming to my mind, but I promise I'm not stupid. It's like programmatic advertising.
Oh,
perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is that?
So like, let's say you like search up like cruise ships once, right? So then you start seeing ads for like different cruise lines everywhere.
Okay.
Like on Facebook or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of putting them there.
Oh, so you're the fucking bitch.
You're doing the bad
on my
damn it,
computer.
Raj.
Yeah.
You're spying on us. You're
Someone
the one.
has to do it.
Somebody's gotta. Dang. So
You guys like it though.
No.
No,
I don't.
despise it.
no. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either, but
You're excited to live in Texas.
But it's gonna
excited.
pay the bills.
it's gonna pay.
Hey, whatever
the
keeps the
bills.
lights on.
It will keep the lights
It'll
on.
be hot.
Yeah.
And it'll be hot.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited for all three of those things.
Have you ever visited Texas before, or?
I've been to Dallas once, and I've been to Houston a couple times. When I was in Dallas, I was in the hotel room where Kennedy lived for the last time ever.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Wait, so where in Texas is your gig at then?
So it's like the suburbs of Dallas. It's called the Colony.
Oh, okay.
It sounds really royal, right? But it's just like apartments, but it's like higher end apartments and like the
Nice. I mess with that.
pools and
You'll be working in Dallas, or just
Yeah.
Are you driving into the city?
yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive.
Are you making the drive to bring all your stuff down?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna.
Is that like
it's gonna
8?
suck.
What is that, like 20 hours or something?
Yeah, it's like 18 hours.
18?
And I think like I'll just like stop at a hotel somewhere.
Dang, that's
halfway
intense.
through.
It'd be a hike.
Good deal.
It is a hike, yeah. Do you guys like driving that long? Like 18 hours is so difficult.
no. I mean,
You could break it up.
People like sometimes. Just
I don't
don't
like
know
dread it,
how.
but it's not something I would choose to do.
No.
Well, some people can do that though.
Some people enjoy the
Yeah.
long car rides.
Some people would prefer that. They just
Yeah.
Have you guys like driven cross country before at all?
Florida is as far as I've gone in the car.
Driven to New York, which is like a 10
Yeah, I've driven to
11
Florida
hour.
before.
So like I drove to Colorado from here too, and when you like go through those states that I'm gonna go through again to go down to Texas, it's just literally all flat and there's like
Nothing.
nothing.
boring.
There's nothing.
Yeah. Going through his... yeah, no, I could see that. But... D, you want to grab that poll?
Yeah, for sure. So this week, what is your favorite social networking app / site? And coming in at first place, 45% was Instagram, 35% was Twitter, 17% Snapchat, and 3% Facebook. 75 total votes.
3% Facebook. That's
Only
pretty
3%.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even have
And that-
Facebook.
Really?
I feel
Did
like
you
that.
ever though?
No, I've never had Facebook.
Oh really?
Wow.
I got one when I was in like I think 6th grade.
Oh, I had it real early.
Yeah.
Scary early.
Same. No, like seriously scary early.
Yeah, looking at my profile picture when I was really
Oh,
little is wild.
Yeah.
Probably like
It's cute.
looking back at it now that you guys are saying that, it's like probably not the smartest idea to have.
No.
What, have it when I'm in 6th grade?
Yeah.
I mean, why you say that? Just
We'll
connected
get
with
into it,
my
I guess. Well, like
friends.
it's just like, yeah, but that's not how it works. Like, you know, that's kind of what we're realizing now is everybody can still see everybody. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what are you trying to say? What are you getting at?
There's sexual predators that target kids on
Everybody can
Facebook.
see
That's what
everything.
you're getting at. You can just come out and
you
say
can
it.
say
To the
You can
max
say it.
level, I guess. Yeah, but I just
I'm
like.
still sort of lost. What exactly? Are you doing?
There's a lot of documented cases of people making fake Facebook
Yeah.
accounts or whatever type
And
of
friending
accounts.
others.
Oh.
And trying to meet up, and all of a sudden it's this
Oh,
50-year-old
gotcha.
overweight
no,
guy.
Oh, that's what you meant. Gotcha. Okay.
I guess, yeah. So,
The old catfish.
The
or
old
whatever.
The old catfish.
But that's a lot different.
Mhm.
Obviously.
Would you put, Jeff?
I put Instagram.
Yeah, put Instagram.
That's what I use the most.
It's just so easy to scroll
Oh
through.
my gosh, it's addicting. Like,
Pictures are so much.
I like
cooler
to
than
think
the
I'm not
posts.
very addicted to my phone. I'm kind of addicted to Instagram. Now, especially with the stories too. With the story, I just get lost in it. And whether I'm bored with the post, I jump up to the stories, and then next thing you know, I'm lost in that. And I don't know, it's a solid social media use.
It's just better than words because the picture can paint, 1,000 words.
Yeah, and I'm pretty diligent with my likes, and I'm
Oh,
big
see,
on
I'm not.
reading.
Double tap
Oh,
everything.
if you get a like from me, you earned it.
Right. No, same.
Or
Same.
Dil-
I don't just dish those.
No,
babies
I didn't
out.
mean to say. I meant to say I don't really give likes very often.
No.
And so
You
I
have a
read the
strict-
captions.
stricter
It has to be a
criteria.
good picture, good
Yeah.
caption. Has to bring it all together.
I'm not a critic by any means, but it's gotta stand out.
I
It's
don't
gotta
just
be
toss.
something
I don't
stop
just
at.
toss around the double tap.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know me either.
It's a lot of thumb energy, dude.
What about you, D?
I pick Twitter. That's just it's always been my favorite pretty much since I've gotten one. I have a Snapchat, I've had a Facebook. That was the first thing I ever got was Facebook for social media, but Twitter all the way.
Twitter's
probably till I die.
super informational.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of stuff from Twitter.
You
yeah,
can
a
get
lot of fake shit.
a lot of fake
No,
shit.
there-
but
no, there
Depending
was
on
a-
your follows.
Well,
that's
kind
like
of,
with
but
everything though.
I read something that I think it was somebody at MIT ran like an experiment or just kind of like observed Twitter and followed different stories, and they came out and said that false news, they ain't call it fake news, they just like false news spreads faster on Twitter than actual real like facts.
Because it's just so quick, right? It's
I
just
guess
a
retweets.
Retweet on a
Yeah.
People retweeting just
It's
weird
exponential,
things.
yeah, because one
exponential.
person has 600 followers and they're
It's
retweeting
easy
it
to
and then
get that message
yeah.
to everybody. That makes sense. But
But I mean, that's the same thing with real stories. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just interesting. I just feel like
At the same
Can't
time,
really-
though, if I follow my trusted news sources,
no, there's
Yeah.
definitely
I'm gonna believe
trusted.
that.
No,
I'm
there's
not gonna
trusted
believe a
sources,
retweet
but
as
you
there's a
gotta
lot of
filter it
there's
out.
a lot of bullshit out there
no, I know.
on any.
But I don't go on Instagram and learn a lot.
No,
per se.
yeah, I was
No,
gonna
I
say
I
Instagram,
use it for different reasons, I guess.
Oh, I'm aware.
Instagram that has like the least amount of BS, and I think it has to do with just the content that's on there. It's just all pictures.
But
and-
even now, it's becoming
Artsy.
like a little like it's as time goes on, any social media app gets cluttered with like more and more like BS and just advertising.
is it starting to kind of lean
Yeah.
that
No,
way?
it totally is.
Well, I've seen the
Think
sponsored
of
pictures and
Snapchat
stuff
and
on.
Instagram, how you get it that advertisement every time you're going through whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a
it's
good
more
point.
and more and more people are doing that.
It's a business. They gotta make their money,
Oh yeah, no, I respect it.
especially when it's a free app. And
what'd you go with?
Went with Instagram.
Instagram. You like the gram, huh?
Yeah, it's not even that I post a lot. It's just like it's so easy as you
I
said.
post
Like
almost every day.
he loves it.
I love it.
It's just like I
I'm
can
addicted.
just see a picture of someone like in LA or something and just be like, all right, I know, like the exact vibe that they're trying to put out with just one photo versus a tweet where it's like it's on you to really decipher what they meant.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Past the words,
Mm-hmm.
It's a good point.
No, that's a very good point. You can get a lot of meaning out of Instagram
Mhm.
from whatever they're trying to get at, and Twitter is more just words all the time.
What was
I mean,
the
there's
first
pictures, but
the first social media you had?
Definitely Facebook. It's like the gateway
Facebook?
drug of social
You
media.
never had
Well-
anybody ever have MySpace?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say MySpace was sort of our time. I feel
we were
like
a
too.
little young.
Little after, yeah, we were little. We
you
came
didn't have
in
one,
after.
did you?
No,
Yeah.
but I knew a few older kids that did.
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
older cousins had it.
And I think my
remember.
brother had one.
Yeah,
You could do a lot of customization on that MySpace page.
They tried to make a comeback recently,
Really?
and
Didn't Justin
Timberlake
buy
bought
it?
them. Yeah.
Oh, I
Did
remember
we?
hearing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think it really panned out, or maybe they're still in the midst of things. But I have not heard of MySpace in a while.
Mm-hmm. If you guys were to pick the most effective social media to getting across, whether this is a business trying to go, okay, I want to promote my goods. I'm a clothing business.
I would say either Facebook or Twitter, because
I think it
Instagram
might depend.
and Snapchat, you don't have the ability to repost. You can't press a button and
You
retweet
can
it.
do repost apps.
But that's
Where-
extra work.
That's extra work. I mean,
Facebook
I can't see it. I don't know how to repost something on Instagram. Or
it's a
anything.
little more. It's a lot.
And I would say most people don't, or a good majority of people don't.
No, you're right.
But if I'm on Twitter and I see something cool, it's easy for me to press one button and all my followers see it. As opposed to Instagram, you're kind of, unless you buy a sponsor, which I would assume is expensive as shit.
What do we say? It's like 10,000. What did we find
That was
somewhere?
for like a big Snapchat.
Oh, that was
geolocated.
Snapchat. That was.
Yeah, I mean it's not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like pennies. It's like pennies per impression, but
Yeah.
you're not buying one.
Yeah, you pay a lot, like cents per view. So I'm pretty sure LinkedIn is like 66 cents per view if you use their promotion, which is ridiculous.
Does anybody consider that social media? I mean, technically, I guess it technically might be.
I saw that stat recently. That's why I'm just. But Facebook, for example, I think is only like 5 or 6 cents per view.
But there's just more people. That's
There's
how
just
it
so
works.
many more people.
It's like big fish,
Yeah.
small fish.
Because 100,000 people see it on Facebook, and only 10,000 people see it on LinkedIn, and those are more whatever their audience or say per se. But
There was something on the Pew Research website that I saw today where like 50% of every American with a college degree has a LinkedIn, but only 9% of people who have high school diploma or less have LinkedIn. So it's less than 1 out of 10 and 50%,
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
which kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me.
yeah, I guess yeah. You're saying 1 out of 10 person that doesn't have a high school diploma?
So about 90%,
Doesn't have a
about
LinkedIn?
90% of the people on LinkedIn have a college degree,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that it's more geared
And
toward
you've got a high school degree.
educated
A lot of
people.
people. Yeah. No, exactly.
So
Going back to kind of what you were saying about the most effective social media for branding or whatever that may be.
Exactly. Yeah.
Facebook has sort of an importance, right? Because it has its own almost Yelp category for businesses, right? You can go on there
The
and rate them.
marketplace.
Yeah, is that what it's called? I know you can make a page for a
Yeah.
business. People run their businesses through that
Uh-huh.
sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So that I don't know if
You
that's
can
the
put
most.
ads up there for free,
Right.
and things, and yeah.
I don't know if it's the most effective, but I think Facebook is definitely the most important because
They're taking strong steps.
yeah, you can leave reviews there and stuff, and I think that kind of sticks with people. It's just like the whole Yelp thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like, do you guys like still like you don't have a Facebook, but how often do you guys even go on your Facebook anymore?
once a day,
Once a day.
but I haven't posted in months. It's been a while since I've done anything with it.
The only way I post is I think Instagram. I have it linked to my Facebook, and I just double do the upload through that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't really go on it. I just get rid of the notifications every once in a while.
Do you remember when it first came out and all your posts would be like just actually your friend, and now if you go on, it's just
Weird
like
stuff
news,
everywhere.
advertising.
Yeah,
That's-
people you don't know,
Yeah.
friends of friends.
I've heard though, if you really like, clean up your friends, you like pick the right people to follow, so to speak. Facebook is really, really sweet, and just you get actually really cool stuff in your feed if you follow the correct. That can go for anything, but
Yeah.
I guess it's a pretty effective thing. Because I have these people from high school that, to be honest, I don't really care what they're doing or whatever that might be, and I just get like these constant updates from these people that I don't know. It's exhausting to go through Facebook because I haven't spoke to these people in
just
5 years.
unfriend 'em.
Yeah,
I know,
I think
I
Just
know.
when you scroll
I
through
just
and
feel
see
weird-
somebody,
I
just
feel weird
unfriend them.
doing it.
Does they give them a notification?
I don't know.
I think
I
that's
just
like,
No,
don't
it
even
doesn't.
bother.
It doesn't.
I don't even
Yeah,
bother doing
right?
it. I guess it doesn't matter that much to me. I don't go on enough. But
I'm just saying when you scroll through, I'm not saying go through your friends and I'm just saying.
Have a
if you
little
scroll
delete sesh.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying if you're scrolling through and you say, "Oh, okay, I don't really care about John," just unfollow John when you see his post.
No, I know. I just whatever.
Why didn't you ever get a Facebook?
Never really cared. I'm not a big social media guy in the first place. Couldn't tell you the last time I posted anything on anything. I think I've posted one Snap story in my life.
Jeez.
My
Levels.
Instagram has 0 pictures on it.
You have posted on that before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's
Yeah,
posts. There's
like
pictures.
4 years ago. Legitimately. I couldn't tell you the last time I tweeted. Last year, probably at some point. But I mean, I enjoy looking through it. It's something to do when I'm bored. I don't care that much, but if I'm just kind of sitting there and need to kill a few minutes, or I'm kind of bored, I'll go through and scroll
news.
through. I like going on there and seeing Sports Center and
That's what I love going on
ONN.
Twitter for. Catching up on all my little things almost.
I think that's really the way to do social media, though, is just to go on. When
Appreciate
you're like,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't really care. Like, I don't know what I would post.
No.
I mean, like,
the only social media I post is Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of fun to show what I'm up to or
Yeah.
do whatever that might be.
I mean, I don't really have any pictures. Like, my camera roll's bare.
And in a way, Instagram's sort of a business tool to me. Sort of. I mean, people see these
That's-
pictures and they'll reach out.
Yeah.
I mean, today I posted a video on there, and I had 2 people that want a sorority video for them.
What?
It's
Yeah.
kinda
I was like,
funny.
oh, okay.
Someone yeah.
Recruiting.
And so, I mean, that's sort of my avenue, but I really don't post either. But I just appreciate
You don't
it.
post, right? You just said you haven't.
Right.
And do you post on Instagram?
No, not. I mean, maybe once every 2-3 months.
I will say, as someone who I post when I travel, and I like the type of friend group that posts a lot on Instagram. To get an Instagram photo, it's a lot of work. It's not just like, hey, we're in the moment, let's take a photo. Like, that moment gets ruined when you're like, all right, no, can you take an Instagram? Okay, you gotta pose a certain way, and
Yeah.
this and this and this, because it has to go on your Insta. It just kind of ruins the moment.
Yeah, I just don't
Do you pay
really get
attention
that.
to what time or whatever you're posting your pictures?
Yes and no.
Most effective time of day.
I just for the industry I'm in, they're always like, oh, 5 to 7 o'clock and this and that, but it's just personally, obviously, don't post at 2 in the morning when everybody's sleeping, but it's really just a frequency of how often your post gets noticed and liked based on these algorithms that keeps it at the top of the
That's the
page
thing.
now.
Now it doesn't even
So a
matter.
timeline is just it's unnecessary.
It's not even a
It's
timeline
not
anymore.
Especially with Instagram. Now
It
the
drives me
feed's
crazy.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I see pictures from 4 days ago and I accidentally like it and I feel like a creep.
Is that what it is? Just some formula that's in there, and it's whatever you kind of recently are into, and it'll show
Just-
you it.
Every social media platform has a sort of algorithm like that, where it's just the thing that's getting noticed the most keeps staying at the top longer and longer and longer. And so you're not seeing, your old friend from wherever anymore that you want to see, the good quality post. And the fact that you notice it less and less makes it even more so that you see it less and less. It's just an ongoing cycle.
Yeah. Interesting. I always wondered why my Instagram feed was all fucked up.
Yeah, it's exhausting. How do you guys feel about? So one great example is the NFL player for the Steelers, Juju Smith,
Yeah.
and just his ability to basically make a name for himself only through social media. I mean, don't get it twisted. He's a great NFL player, but he has a ridiculous amount of Twitter followers and all those things, and now he's this young kid that's kind of making a name for himself, and everybody knows him.
Social media is
And
great.
so he gets branding tool. He gets branding from companies. He gets all this stuff purely because he's found a way to be funny on Twitter, be funny on all his social media.
Social media is a great tool if you have the platform and you use it right. Yeah, you could use it like that. I mean, he's got a platform. He's an NFL player, plays for the Steelers.
It's pretty phenomenal. Because otherwise, I mean, there's how many wide receivers are in the NFL?
I mean, he was a second round pick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
I
you
know.
you ever hear of him before he played for the
He played
Steelers?
at USC. I mean, like, I get, like...
Yeah, but
All I'm trying to
have you ever heard of him before he played for the Steelers? Did
Yeah, he
know
played
who-
at USC.
I know that. Did you know who he was while he was playing at USC?
I feel like I'm a special, like, case, but, like, I feel like, no. Like, the general population, I agree with you, would not.
But you did. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew.
Yeah.
You knew who he was when he's at USC.
Yeah, I mean, like, side story, July 4th, he rented a house in California, and we were at his house on July 4th.
Wow.
That's the only reason. He
That's
doesn't know
sick.
me at all, obviously.
Was it fun?
Holy
Was
cow,
it a
dude.
Yeah.
banging party?
I was like, I was done. I was not alive that day.
Wait, was this was last summer?
This is July 4th.
This previous summer.
We were like in Newport Beach, I think. Yeah.
Okay. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's actually incredible.
Yeah.
That was probably life changing.
Do you have
Yeah.
any other cool party places you've been to in LA? Like any cool houses? Yeah, that's
So like the first week, these are like very low key artists. I feel like, especially now that they've been around a while, like Mike Stud and Huey Mack. Yeah. Do you
no,
know?
I know them. Yeah.
We went to their house for a party too, and then just other than that, we were at like rooftop bars a couple times, and that was really fun. I really like rooftop bars at night.
No doubt.
But yeah.
So something that's sort of dominated social media this year and last year has been Bitcoin, and I just kind of wanted to ask your opinion, Raj, on Bitcoin. Obviously, it's kind of tanked, but do you think? Because a lot of people think it's gonna go back up. It's still the future. What do you think?
I have friends who are in like Bitcoin. I'm not, and I feel very stupid that I'm not, because like hindsight, it started at nothing. It's so volatile though, so I'm not gonna say, oh, we'll go back to normal or fail. Like that can happen at any second ever. Just like the moment the general public gives up hope on it, it's only at the number it is, and it goes up and down a little bit, but it's reached this strength because the people who have a piece of it are saying this is going to keep going up, so we're holding on, and then more people want in because they see this like confidence in the owners of this cryptocurrency, right? But the moment a good chunk says no, fuck this, I'm out, then it's going to start dropping. So, and I think in the end, like,
And that's what happened.
it's going
right?
to fail.
Yeah.
In the end, it will fail at a certain point because that's just how things like that work.
I also think a big reason it might fail is people don't really understand it.
I have no idea.
You gotta like mine it. What does that even mean? I
It's
don't know.
weird. It's
a good point.
Weird.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's like, oh, Bitcoin, I'm into Bitcoin. And then even people that have Bitcoin, oh, what is that all about?
No, right?
I don't really
Really,
know, but
just-
I got something.
they're looking at the dollars and cents, and they're not looking at the whole
What it
scheme
really
of what it
is.
is. Yeah, and
But you
it's,
don't even have like the money, right? You don't have like
Some-
$3,000. You have $3,000 in Bitcoin,
yeah.
and like
This
some
is
places
strange.
accept Bitcoin when you're like trying to buy something online. Like some places will.
Very, very small
Very
amount. Very
select,
minimal
right?
amount of places will accept Bitcoin.
There's really interesting things, though, with the whole mining you were saying. There's shops opening up in, like not Iceland. I don't know why I'm just blanking. Greenland, excuse me. There's these big shops, big warehouses opening up in Greenland. And because it's really, really cold, these are they're open ventilations to the outside. And so what they have inside is just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these computers that are all they're built for is mining. And so these things obviously get super hot.
Yeah.
And so what they're doing is they're taking the outside air and cooling all these computers off. And while the whole time they're just mining for this Bitcoin. And then they're taking the heat that was coming from that and actually giving the most heat to Greenland they've ever had. They're spreading this heat like everywhere throughout Greenland, and it's actually really cheap now to have heat in Greenland.
All because they're mining.
All because they're opening
Bitcoin.
up these massive shops. This guy from Harvard was one of the first people to start in Greenland doing these, and it's so complicated, and he's so smart. I was listening to him talk about it, but it's pretty phenomenal. It's a really cool kind of thing, and it sounds like he makes an ignorant amount of money
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no.
because once it's running, it's running. and then you leave.
I don't really know what exactly that means, but that sounds right to me.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Once it's running,
It's
running.
Dang.
It's so quotable.
I can't picture myself getting into it.
No.
Not for me.
No, me either.
It's too risky.
Do you know what's going on with Facebook right now? Facebook's been. In the
Yeah, I
news.
think that needs to be addressed. We
should talk. We should talk about that.
You said you've done a rating on it.
I've seen a couple. Actually, I saw today Zuckerberg might testify before Congress.
I think it's a done deal.
He's already not. He's sending two senior officials and stuff.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Which is kind of a slap in the face, right?
Yeah. Well,
to members of Parliament.
No. That's UK Parliament. UK Parliament wants him to testify in UK, and he said no, but he's testifying in the US in front of Congress.
No, he's tested. I thought so.
Yeah.
I saw that this morning.
No, he told UK.
Oh shoot!
He told
he
told the UK no, but he's gonna testify in front
This
of
is some
Congress.
like Lex Luthor type.
Have you guys listened to the interviews with him? He is a weird guy.
Zuckerberg.
Oh
So
yeah, but that's well known.
No, I know, but I was talking about this with
he's a
Andrew.
weirdo.
I sort of picture him like the Social Network, the movie.
Me too.
How he's like this kind of
Scatterbrain,
brainiac, scatterbrain guy. I listened to him talk, and it was really awkward. And
So, do you think he was portrayed well then? Like that's how he really is.
in the movie,
Yeah.
to what he is, no, he's like creepy in person. In the movie, he's kind of funny and he's comical, and he's smarter than the other person. But in the interview I watched, he was just awkward, and he was saying these questionable suspect
He
things.
might be awkward in interviews though.
Yeah.
Like get him
that's
behind
fair.
closed doors. He's obviously a genius.
No, I know. No, that's actually a good point.
I also think what didn't help him as he grew up was like he has this great idea, whatever, and he is the type of person he is. But then he succeeds with this idea, and is now thrown into this like real world like suit and tie. We're gonna help this like business turn into $1 billion business, and he becomes the youngest billionaire like in the world.
No, I mean that amount of money
That
can
didn't help.
kind of screw up anybody. That's so much.
Yeah.
I can't imagine $1
But
billion.
so what is the whole story behind this?
Okay.
I kind of know it.
I would like to hear what you have to say, and I'll
Okay.
just fill in if I have.
This
any,
is like semi-complex to me too, but from what I'm getting from my readings is like Cambridge Analytica is a UK-based advertising, and like they use just like metadata on people.
Yep.
They garner it, and there was some advertising done on Facebook. It's like a trifold story. It makes no sense, honestly. But there's some advertising done on Facebook, and they it was paid in rubles first off, right? Which is kind of like sketchy because that's why are you spending Russian currency on political ads on Facebook? But
I know
then
that.
they were also getting data and targeting people based on what their friends were saying too. So even if you didn't opt in on like any sort of thing, when you like share an app or whatever, it's like you gotta opt in. That also like was allowing people to opt in for other friends. So even if you I'm not, I'm private, protected, all that.
But if your friends are,
If your friends say it's okay, like your info is taken too.
Dang.
And then thirdly, there was this app that was made. I don't think this is related to Cambridge Analytica, but there's this app where it could tell it was like a survey you filled out, just like one of those joke like things, and 100,000 people downloaded it, and it was like exponential in the amount of terms of people data it garnered, because 100,000 people have how many friends? Like 50 million. So it's just unethical things. Is it illegal? I don't know. You know?
I think part of it too is they didn't disclose what it was being used for.
But
basically.
so Facebook has been saying, these kind of things, we've already said it's in our terms of service. But it's like, who reads the terms of service?
yeah, nobody reads that shit.
But it's like, is that their problem? Do they need to make it cleaner? Do you think? Should it be
kind of
like
good.
illegal?
One of the examples I heard was like you talked about the app that people downloaded and filled out a survey. apparently they filled out this survey and they might have got some sort of reward, or I don't know exactly.
It was one of those stupid psychological. It tells you if you're type A, type B.
Exactly.
Whatever.
And in order to use that for political advertising and use it for politics, you have to disclose that somewhere. And I guess Barack Obama during his campaign used almost the exact same thing, but at the end of it, it had this information will be used, or even in the beginning, this will be used for political advertising. So going into it, you know that they're taking some of the info. I guess these ads didn't have anything that said it, and it was just sort of being used, and no one really no one had the terms of service almost on those. That's for the apps. I'm not 100% for the rest of it, but
yeah, as I said, like that's pretty much what I've from different sources.
People are pissed.
Isn't Facebook just trying to kind of push it onto Cambridge Analytica? Like Facebook gets all this information from you, and it's supposed to be private, and then they share part of it with Cambridge Analytica, and then Cambridge Analytica, I think, like did some unethical shit with it, right?
There was this article I read where they emailed each other back and forth like a couple years ago because there was some bad PR about this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like right around election time, I think, and they were like, these magazines and so are saying these things, and Facebook, I think Facebook said that, or Cambridge, I don't remember, but so they knew about what they were doing,
mm-hmm.
but it was kind of just sweep it under the rug,
right?
Because that's how it pops up, 2 years later, and they're like, oh, we were just trying to let it just go away.
I heard over 50 million people's information was taken.
It's incredible.
See,
and I'm not one of them bitches.
But that's the issue
Damn it,
too,
Jonah.
though, isn't it? There's nothing where with the friends that you have that are already on there, and do you know if you're in any photos at all on your friends' Facebooks?
I mean, I'm sure I'm.
But he wasn't tagged because he doesn't have he doesn't have a Facebook. So it's just his face.
I'm somewhere.
I'm sure his face is somewhere on Facebook.
Detective Raj.
I feel like they have the level of technology though that they can create the profile for the type of person you would be in accordance to your friends and use that data too.
That's wild.
What? So what type of data do they take in Because I've never put any real personal information on. He's saying
they almost make a ghost account for you.
Yeah,
they take your face. And realize that this is what these are all your friends that you're in pictures with, and they almost create an account and what you'd be into, and so they can figure out a way to target you, so to speak.
I just read about this today.
I don't know that, but I understand what you're saying. There's a study that was done by the Study Finds company, and it says 6 out of 10 Americans believe Facebook damaged politics.
Wow.
They were posting a bunch. They had a bunch of propaganda, Russian propaganda.
They were too involved for sure.
They just got over that, and now they got all this data breach with Facebook's not looking good, dude. I don't trust it.
Well, would you say all social media hurts politics, or was it politics, right?
No.
Are you saying news more?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that it can. I mean. These people buy ads on these social media sites and put propaganda on it. That's not good. But I think if they find a way to cut that out and actually get real sources on there, I mean, I don't see it's a form of campaigning and getting your mission out there and what you're campaigning on. I don't think it hurts politics, and if anything, it creates more transparency, which is I think is a good thing.
But how do you even find out what real sources are? I think that's the issue.
Facebook.
That's what's so tough.
Facebook took ads that they should have known were Russian ads. They were paid for with Russian money from some sketchy ass people, and they should have known. And that's that's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody should be able to take out an ad. It should be regulated to an extent.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not 100% easy. Think about how many people are just all over that site.
I understand that, but when you're a company,
in a Russian currency.
No, I understand.
When you're a company the size of Facebook, you should have a team, a fucking squad, maybe even an entire fucking building dedicated to making sure that shit doesn't happen.
Like
I mean,
advertising.
The Russians fucked with our election and did it. A good portion of it was through Facebook, and that's fucked up, and that can't happen.
Yeah. I will say though, I mean, I don't really go on Facebook for news or anything, so I can't speak for that. But on apps like Twitter and stuff, I can kind of, since it is everywhere, and I can kind of pick and choose what I believe or what I'm finding, and if I see something, I'll look into other profiles and make sure that's not true.
Yeah.
And so I'm almost finding a way to weed through the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right,
so to
but
speak.
not a lot of people do, especially when it feeds into your biases already. If I don't like Donald Trump and I see a story that Donald Trump molested a child back in the 90s,
Yep.
you know, I might be inclined to retweet that. Or if I don't like Hillary and Hillary, you know,
Exactly.
See, yeah,
you know,
that's
had
the
some
issue, is, like,
hitmen going out somewhere.
There's too many people who just read the title. That's the story.
Clickbait.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
so
it's just
people are so vulnerable for that.
It's
for
like
that
read
shit.
the story, review the sources,
No.
double check, triple check to make sure they're right.
Yeah, people don't do that.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet all the time.
Yeah. I think we've beaten that to a drum. I'm curious, one thing that businesses have asked me and people aren't really sure is, does a business need to be on every single social media? So if this is a play and they only have an Instagram and a Facebook, do you see it as you should get on Twitter? What's the harm? Or do you see it as pick one that you can be great at and not try and spread all your thing to everything?
So I think it depends on the business.
It depends how big it is. That's very true.
Yeah, I mean, if it's one person running all your social media,
Yeah.
but if it's one person and that's their whole job is to run social media, then they should be able to manage 3 accounts, 4 accounts. If it's a working,
Jonah's got high expectations.
Jeez, Jonah, how much
if it's a working family with a small business whose guy's working 60 hours a week for the business, then yeah, maybe just stick to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have somebody whose job is dedicated to running social media, then
You think they should have all 3?
yeah, get your shit out
Even
there.
if you just dedicate to 2 of them and do them really well.
Yeah, but I think if you have a
Because
job,
no matter what, I mean,
If that's your 9 to 5, I don't think it takes
guess,
much effort to perfect all 3 of those.
that's what
And
I'm
make
trying
it
to get at.
Yeah, and effectively market a business, all 3 of them
That's
to a T. I think if that's your 9 to 5, that's not asking too much.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think it depends on the business and the
And do you
time
think
at
it's
hand.
worth it? Do you think it's worth it to have all 3? Whereas
Absolutely.
only have Instagram, and because Instagram maybe gets the millennials, whereas Facebook gets the older population. Do you think Twitter is a must, or
Right, because
even the opposite?
I mean, I'm not on Facebook, so I mean, they could be posting like crazy on Facebook. I'll never see it.
But they'll capture you on Instagram.
I go on Instagram more than I go on Twitter. You know, they might catch my attention on Instagram and not Twitter. I think that getting your message out there to as many people as possible on as many different platforms as possible would be a good strategy.
Do we need to sign you up for a Facebook account? Do we
I
need to
know.
get
I
this
think
done?
we need
Absolutely.
to.
I've
we
made it
just-
this far, and there's no point in getting one.
All right. I just think it's funny your Facebook boycott is all of a sudden just coming out.
No, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not knocking Facebook. I just don't have one. Never had one. I don't really know much about it.
It's like 1 in 6 people do though.
I know that's the
not
crazy
that
thing.
much.
No, but
That's
in the
all-
world,
In the world.
in the world, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty
If you-
incredible.
Yeah.
Think about
Like-
India.
If I really
No, it's
think-
funny. When I was over in Africa, dude. Oh, add me on Twitter, bro. What's your Twitter? What's your Instagram? Like, they all want to add you.
That's
On everything is so funny. Add me on Snapchat. It was more Snapchat, actually. Hey, what's your Snap?
It's crazy.
Oh, man, I don't have one. Sorry. Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to bring up before we wrap this puppy closed?
No,
Put in a bow.
I'm pretty good.
I think we've covered our points.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess without further ado, thanks for joining us, Raj. Do you want to plug anything? Your Twitter,
Your social medias?
your
That's
social medias.
Yeah, well, thanks
Your
for,
Facebook.
thanks for having me, guys. I will plug my LinkedIn. It's www.linkedin.com/and/hire Rajat. HIRERAJAT.
That was smooth.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that was comfortable. That's not the
Endorsing
first
shit.
time you've done that.
No.
All right. Well, I guess we will see you next Monday.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. All right. Let me stop.